signs. Agree, disagree? Well, actually, most of them have disagreed.
Huh?
Most of them have disagreed.
What?
That, like here's an example.
Everybody thinks that abortion. Everybody here is against abortion. The reason, but you're just being sensational with this.
Well, you think so? Like here's an
Scaring
example.
little kids, they don't understand. Like, you know.
Well, we have little kids with us, and they understand abortion is murder, and they can have compassion on. So, but let me ask you. I want to ask.
Same thing with everybody here. Like, that's why we come out here to stand against abortion.
Yeah, but you don't want to show pictures like this to people, to anybody.
I went to war over in Iraq.
Oh, okay.
And
God bless you. I appreciate your service. That's a dangerous thing.
We killed 2,000 to 3,000 people in Fallujah, and there were dead bodies everywhere.
Yeah, that's
heads, legs, like torso, like there were horrible things. Civilians got killed, kids got killed.
Yeah.
We tell people war is bad, but we don't have to. I don't have to show those kind of images to my family for them to understand that war is bad.
Well, war is not illegal; it's legal actually. And so this is this here is because of pro-life lobby and legislation. I'll use Oklahoma as an example. They have overwhelming pro-life legislation there. They kill every abolition bill. In fact, if you want to look at my friend Casey's sign over there he's holding, the one with the capital punishment.
You do realize here in Oregon, though, we have zero regulations.
Right, it's up to birth, yeah. And I'm a Native Oregonian. I am ashamed to be in this state.
Yeah,
but I'm going to fight. I'm not going to leave. And I want to bring the gospel into conflict with this.
This is the wrong group. If you want to make impact, come out here on, I believe it's the 27th, 28th, 29th. All the legislators, including myself, will be in the building. And come complain to us.
Well, these are the people that are voting, right? These are the people that are influencing. And like in Oklahoma, they've killed. I have 4 examples of, and you can take a picture of that and look at those bills and see those are the bills that have been killed in Oklahoma. I think it's Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas, and Tennessee, I believe. They killed abolition bills that would abolish abortion by criminalizing it, including mothers. So do you believe women are victims? Always?
Some women can be victims. Some women are just don't want to grow up. So there's
they're not a victim then.
Well, not the ones that just want to party and shit. No.
Yeah, well, I've done abolition work for 10 to 11 years. I've never met a victim. But I know people, I have friends that I trust, and they say, I know of somebody who was a woman who was coerced into having an abortion, you know.
Yeah, well, I know people that have been coerced into abortion and regret it and had a lot of psychological trauma.
But it's almost like saying,
and so
I'm going to leave you if you don't kill your daughter here. If your 5-year-old daughter, stab your little daughter in the head, or I'm gonna kill you.
Well,
would the woman? Well, let me finish that. Would the woman go ahead and stab her daughter and kill her?
What the fuck does it have to do with?
It actually is just an age difference, because the woman is going to have somebody else stab that child to death, rip them limb to limb like that.
What are you arguing? I disagree with abortion.
Well, you're saying that women, and I don't know for sure, but you're saying maybe mostly women are victims?
Well, no.
Should they be punished for abortion?
Like a 10-year-old girl gets raped by some teacher or whatnot, she's a victim. Those extreme cases. And I get to hear all about those extreme cases.
I'm not talking about the rape, I'm talking about the murder of the baby. So do you think if that 14-year-old gets raped and then she decides that she wants to murder her baby, she's still a victim? A victim of the abortion, not a victim of the rape.
No,
do you see the difference?
No, well, she can be, but we are just like a murderer that spends life in prison, he's the victim of his bad decisions, and he's paying the consequences.
Wow. No, he's not a victim. He intentionally murdered.
I guess it comes down to
A victim is
You're
like
not
if I got
really-
robbed downtown
You wouldn't
here,
be the- you
or
wouldn't be the victim.
a victim of
Victim,
rape
but
is
he's,
she didn't consent to the sexual activity. He raped her. That's a victim, right?
Yeah.
You agreed?
Yes.
Yeah. So if that woman murders that baby, she's not a victim. There's no way. Yeah, granted, she's a victim of rape, but not.
I don't think she should get an abortion at 14 either.
Right,
I think she
She'll adopt the baby out, or get help from the church, or whatever it would be.
Raise the kid.
Yeah, raise the kid herself. You know, maybe the parents could help her. Maybe they're real poor. Maybe they need to adopt her out, but never murder the baby. In other words, here's
I agree
think
with
about
you.
this.
I don't see why you're here arguing though with the same people that believe the same thing as you.
No, they don't, because I haven't met anyone except maybe one lady. She was leaning this way about being an abolitionist. But everyone else I've talked to is.
But do you understand Oregon? The politics here in Oregon.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying abortion is murder, and hearts need to be changed. That's why we go and preach the gospel. I mean, are you a Christian?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
Do you preach the gospel to people? I mean, do you talk to people about Jesus?
I'm trying to think of the term. The
evangelize?
The Philistines, or not the Philistines, the Pharisees in the temple up there preaching for attention.
Do you think I'm a Pharisee?
That's how I feel. Whenever you guys are out here trying to get attention.
Like, you've seen us before? Or?
Huh?
You've seen us before?
Well, no.
Or you're lumping with us with other people?
Well,
I'm
no.
not sure.
It's sensational. All you guys are doing.
Well, it's murder. Abortion is murder. We're trying to get people's attention because these signs actually do save babies and save souls, because that's pure law right there. That's the sixth commandment. You shall not commit murder, right? And the people need to hear the law to know, oh, I've sinned against the holy God. I'm headed for this place called hell forever, a lake of fire. I need. What do I do about? I need. What must I do to be?
You guys are making everybody else here seem like extremists also.
Like who else extremists? I mean,
like you guys. Like, are you with these people with these signs?
Yeah, these are folks that have the abolition signs.
Like the other, with everybody walking around with pictures of dead babies.
What's wrong with that?
You, right?
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with it? It's distasteful. You're only doing it for attention.
So let me try this. See if this actually, if you agree with this, you hate the victim images more than the abortion itself.
No, I'm saying that you're out here for attention. If you want to make
that's an accusation. That's a wrong judgment.
If you want to make a difference, go inside of that building.
People do that. I'm not inclined to do so much of the politics, although I do know people like Brett Beck. No, actually, boots on the ground. We go to abortion mills. We show women the victim images. Don't murder your baby. We preach the gospel. You'll end up in hell.
Tactics, but if you actually want to change the law, come visit us on the 27th, 28th, 29th.
This is ground level. There's a lot of people here. And if we change minds here, to go, hey, I could never support like a heartbeat bill that says, like you might think about, would you support a heartbeat bill?
I know how a war is won though, too.
No, but would you support a heartbeat bill?
If it has a heartbeat, it lives.
Okay. Well, so what you're saying is, praise God, some babies will be saved. But look at the negative part, and that's the way I look at it, and maybe you can just think about this, is you're saying all those babies must die. And it's actually the majority of the babies that will die, because you know who checks the heartbeat? The abortionist. Oh, let's see. Can't find a heartbeat. Oh, darn. Okay, well, got to kill it. So he makes the decision, right? You see what I'm saying? You see how wicked that is? And the God says, you shall not make iniquitous decrees. It's actually, God actually curses it.
That we're going to be able to pass an abolition bill in that building.
Well, it's because of the pro-life industry. And you know about Oklahoma, probably. They killed an abolitionist bill because they're all pro-life. It wasn't the pro-abortion lobby wasn't in there. The pro-life shot down abolitionist bill. Do me a favor. Go take a picture of that over there. There's 4 abolition bills that have been killed.
I read it.
State. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
State, date, or state, year, and abolition bill. Go look them up.
If you were really serious, you wouldn't be out here with the signs. You'd be like studying the French resistance and kind of like taking.
So I'd be like an ivory tower type guy and not doing anything. No boots on the ground. I'm in my slippers, right?
No. The French resistance were the guerrilla warriors in World War II.
So what would be different about that you think is better than what we're doing?
Yeah.
Did they go out and harm people?
No, like they would they would burn buildings down.
Oh yeah, well there have been abolitionists that have done. I think.
Like if you really want to.
And
like,
John Brown, you know who John Brown was, the abolitionist. He was like that. He was violent. He would go kill slave owners, and that's wrong.
So I'm in this building. Well, you know, there's a lot of theoretical stuff. I'm completely against abortion. I'm against.
In all cases.
In all cases.
Incest, rape, life of the mother.
Well, life of the mother,
Ectopic
pregnancy,
is kind of hard to say. But yeah, the baby's in the fallopian tube.
It's gonna die if it's not already dead.
If it's already dead, it's not an abortion. People make that confusion.
So I don't look at that as an abortion.
Yeah. So there's removal of the baby when it's alive and try and save it. And then there's very few cases where it's worked, but they're trying to save the baby, not intentionally murdering it. And then there's the wait and see, wait and watch.
Yeah.
And so people here's an example. A couple that I know that are about 15 years younger than my wife and I. We know them very well. They were told to abort this baby. It was a little girl who had her skull didn't form, and they could tell. And it was getting close, like a month out. They said, "Oh, you just need to have this abortion and get it done." They said, "No, we're sticking by it." And the baby lived. Grace, I think was her name. Lived for about 6 hours, and they had a funeral and all that. But praise God that they did that, trusting God. They're not saying, "I'm God now, I'm going to kill whoever I want." Rather than God provides life and death, right? You believe that? We shouldn't play God and play the executioner. Like that baby that might have Down syndrome, so let's kill it, whatever.
Yeah, well, that's everybody here agrees with you. It's just the approach.
Well, like I said,
the approach is attention seeking. Like you guys are.
I've only found one person who I didn't finish the whole conversation with her because she needed to go, but she was very much in agreement with what we do. She liked what we did. So I was going to say, well, you sound like you're an abolitionist. So why are you here with the pro-life thing? She's kind of like, okay, yeah. But everybody else disagreed.
Pro-life that means not killing the baby. That's
except if it doesn't have a heartbeat, a detectable heartbeat, or if it can't feel pain, or if it's under 20 weeks, or you see what I mean?
You do realize, like Lois Anderson and the other lady here, they actually come into the building and talk to us and try to get legislation passed.
Uh-huh.
On the day Roe v. Wade was overturned, I introduced legislation to ban abortion. It never even made it off the speaker's desk.
Yeah, so who was responsible for killing that?
The Speaker of the House.
And is he, what's his status? Is he pro-life or is he pro-abortion?
No, he's for abortion.
Abortion,
Every single Democrat in that building is for abortion.
Okay, that makes sense. But Oklahoma was a different case.
Yeah, but we're not in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I know. And like I said,
and another thing you could add to your fact list is, you know how people are blaming the death of Social Security on Republicans?
I don't know much about that. No, I don't get that.
It's actually the declining birth rate that is bankrupting Social Security.
Well, it makes sense because there's all these. I'm a baby boomer. I'm on the tail end of baby boomers, and so there's a lot of us. In fact, there's a lot of jobs opening up because we're retiring. I'm going to retire in a couple years, so that's why I'm finding there's a lot of jobs opening for younger people because older people in a lot of numbers are retiring, and I get that. Yeah, but
that's just another thing, argument.
And God bless it that there are people, like you that would be. It's more like you're calling to be in legislator work, political work. I don't feel like I'm called to do that. I feel like I'm more boots on the ground, preach the gospel, because really the gospel is what changes hearts. And when people change their hearts, they go from I'm going to kill my baby to I could never kill a baby.
Yeah,
that's what God does. He changes hearts.
Another thing, if you want to really get some attention, go to the waterfront.
I pretty much had constant conversations since I've been here. And like I said, only one person agreed with me, which is actually good because I want to change minds, let the words that I use and the signs and things ultimately God changes hearts. I can't do that, but he uses those words, and you'll see, like my friend Sean, he's one of the abolitionists that really influenced me. He's over there talking to a bunch of pro-life folks, and you see conversation. There's Casey talking to somebody. She's like me. Here's a big conversation going here. Yeah, she was arguing why don't you adopt? How many children have you adopted? That's a pro-abort language.
Yeah,
that's not even pro-life language. But so what in the world? So that's why I try not to blanket and say every one of you all here isn't an abolitionist. But I think there might be some here that could change their mind and say, what you're saying makes sense. I'm leaving the pro-life movement. I will not support heartbeat bills or pain bills or any of that stuff. It's always murder to kill a baby in the womb.
It is. It's not that we disagree. We're trying to put restrictions. That's what
regulated. That's what Oregon Right to Light. Can I show you the picture of their? Maybe you're familiar with it. Can I show you a photo shot of the Oregon Right to Life just to prove it to you that they promote the regulation of baby murder?
You know what? I have stood against abortion. I have the entire Republican caucus in there have turned on me, and I'm now facing Christine Drazen, the gubernatorial candidate in an election. So they're trying to take me out because I stand against abortion vocally.
Wow.
And so what you're asking really is ultimately for all the Republicans that stand against abortion inside that building to get primaried and removed from office. That's what will happen. They will.
So if you'd read that, especially the last bit, you can read the whole thing, but that's a snapshot from Oregon Right to Life's website.
Yeah, well...
Regulate abortion.
Well, it's...
Regulate abortion. That's not an abolition. It's saying, take rape. If rape was legal, you can only rape women between the age of 18 to 27.
Yeah, well, regulations...
Or you can't rape women older than 51 or whatever.
Well, regulations lead to the end.
Yeah,
the more you regulate, the more it gets better.
Well, that's actually not true because it's been over 50 years of baby murder because of the pro-life movement. Roe v. Wade, 1973.
Roe v. Wade
so pro-life has perpetuated that.
Pro-choice people.
No.
The pro-choice,
the pro-life leaders have been regulating it ever since. And so here's the problem. And whether you agree or disagree, are you a Christian? Okay, so maybe you would agree with this, that God says it's a sin to make iniquitous decrees. In other words, so you're saying, are you familiar with the heartbeat bill?
No.
Okay, so it's what it's saying at some age, which is it's about 6 weeks, I believe, the heartbeat starts. So what they're saying is we'll promote this bill, a heartbeat bill that says let me finish because he's never heard of it, and tell me if you correct me if I explain this wrong to him. But so a heartbeat bill says that you cannot kill a baby with a detectable heartbeat, which is about 6 weeks or later. Oh,
it's an abortion documentary.
Oh no, I'll give it to him. Actually, those are mine. But anyway, so heartbeat bill. So what it's saying is if you have a detectable heartbeat, you can't kill that baby. You can't murder that baby, right? That sounds like a good thing, huh? Well, practically speaking, most babies that are murdered don't have a heartbeat, only detectable heartbeat, because that's when most of the abortions happen. But we're not even talking about that. So flip it around in your mind, because that's the positive thing. Look at how many babies were saved. X amount, maybe 1,000 this year or whatever. Maybe you could say that. Now look at the negative part. What you're saying is those babies that don't have a heartbeat, and who's detecting a heartbeat? The abortionists. Oh, wait a minute. Can't find a heartbeat. Oh, darn. Okay, guess I got to kill it. So it's the fox in the hen house. Have you heard that analogy? So that's the problem, is iniquitous decrees, and God calls that sin. So correct me if I'm wrong.
The state, though, is not Oklahoma.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not talking about a particular state. I'm talking about iniquitous decrees, and I'm talking about sin.
But the politics in Oregon is, we are literally trying to save lives. I literally have the power to do that in that building.
Well, why don't you promote a bill of abolition? Why don't you put that across?
It won't get off the desk. It won't even come up. We won't even get a hearing about it.
So why not try? Have you ever tried?
Trimester? Yes. Yes. I had 7 bills drafted
of
And-
criminalizing abortion.
criminalizing abortion. Not a single one of them even got a hearing.
Okay.
And so, many different options, just try to see if they would take me up on even one of them.
Yeah. Well, then you go back to the rape case. Like if rape was legal, and you're trying to get rid of it, so would you say, okay, let's only let the women be raped that are under 51 years old? How's that sound? That sound good? Because some women are not going to get raped,
That's a false
right?
equivalence.
No, it's not. Because you're saying what you're saying with the heartbeat is you're saying some babies are going to be saved, but all of you are condemned to die. And I'm telling you, I'm putting this legislation. I have blood on my hands.
And if you really want to enact change, come in the building in a week.
Well, the gospel is what changes minds. And
there are 89 other people you can preach that to in that building other than me. And that body is the one that makes those choices.
yeah, well, they need to be
So if
saved.
you
They need
really-
the gospel too. But
Well, if you really want to
did you
make
ever
change,
preach the gospel? Do you ever share the gospel with people?
Yeah, I do.
How do you do that?
Sometimes it depends on the person.
I mean, what's your basic, like if I was an atheist and you met me
Sometimes
and I
I'll
asked
just
you,
use scripture in my speech and don't even have to tell them that it comes from the Bible for them to.
so you wouldn't use the Bible
hear it.
to preach the gospel?
Don't have to.
Wow.
I'm not out
Okay.
here to get attention.
No, I'm just talking about, say you met John the Atheist. I'll put on my John the Atheist hat here.
Yeah,
And I'm
okay.
John the Atheist. How would you address me if you know that if I got in my car, got on I-5, and there was an accident, and I went to my death, and
Well-
I'd end up, where would I end up?
You know, a lot of
In
people,
hell? Do you believe that?
another false equivalence. But
Okay, so if you don't believe that as an atheist, if I died in my sins, I would go to hell, that's a huge problem. You're not even a Christian then.
I'm not even talking to that.
Yeah, so I think here's the root.
I'm leaving.
Have you
guys
been
are
born
delusional.
again?
Yeah, no, you
When
guys
was
are
that?
delusional if you think you're going to change anything by doing
Well,
this.
you're making wrong judgments, though. I think you're severely making errors, and
I'm making errors?
Yeah,
You know
I
how
believe
the system
so.
works. You're out here for attention.
well, that's an accusation. It's a bad judgment, and Jesus warned about this. He said, "Do not make bad judgments. Take the plank out of your own eye before you take the speck out of your brother's eye."
I know that.
And you're not, as far as I can tell from what you're saying, you don't share the gospel with people. The life-giving,
Yeah, I
saving people from hell gospel. Don't you want people to go to heaven and not go to hell?
think you guys make conservatives look bad. I think you guys make the pro-life movement, or like the stopping abortion movement, I think you guys tarnish our image. I think you guys stop progress inside that building.
We are actually trying to.
Yeah, we are trying to make you look bad in a sense.
27th,
Not your
28th,
intentions,
29th.
but your actions.
We're the whole legislature in that building. If you want to change things, you go in there. Everybody here wants to abolish abortion too.
You even said it on the Right to Life website.
Just regulate. I just showed him the
They wanna
picture.
regulate.
He just kind of went, huh.
That's regulating
No, it's,
murder. That's sin. That's
Murder is regulated. That's what a law is. Like, you cannot murder people. That's a regulation. You guys are, what do
Yes,
you?
but you're not. But you're regulating equal justice under the law. That's what we're talking about. Regulating abortion is saying abortion is not murder and treating it as less than murder. That's regulation.
You're trying to win the whole war all at once, and
I'm just trying
it's
to obey God.
ineffective. It's ineffective.
Well, if it's ineffective, I mean, Jesus was ineffective. He died. I mean, he made it to the cross. I mean, if
No, he had
effective
to-
is living a prosperous life and living old in the American dream and comfort.
No, I'm
doing
talking
what
about
you're
being
supposed to do.
ineffective in getting things changed. If you want
Jesus
to
changed the
actually
world, man, and
change
he
the
died
law,
after 2 years of ministry.
go inside that building and talk to the legislatures that are changing the law.
Like, that's the problem. Pro-lifers have had millions of dollars and done for 50 years,
And they show
don't
up
have,
inside the
but they
building.
don't have a single weak sauce pro-life law on the books. Oregon's the most pro-murder state in the nation. The pro-life movement is a joke
You
nationwide.
guys.
Not because of us. We've been around for a
You
few
guys-
years. The pro-life movement has been.
Do you
weak
think
sauce
this is
forever.
Oklahoma?
No, by
No,
no
like-
means, man. I've been in Oklahoma. This is not Oklahoma.
You-
This is much prettier, but it's much
There's
bloodier.
no way you're gonna get like complete
We're not
abolition
going to
inside
get. We're not
that
going to
building.
get anything in any state if pro-lifers keep getting in our way and trying to stop us.
How do you figure you're not gonna get?
Oh, they
anything
do. There's a
in any
right to
state?
life. There was a
There's plenty
national.
of it.
There's a national
There's
right to
plenty
life
of it.
letter that was written when the Louisiana Senate tried to
You guys just trying to
an abolition bill, they actually had the vote.
No, we're trying to do it, and he actually made a. He didn't sound very nice, but he made a statement. You see, you're just trying to make us pro-lifers look bad, and in a sense, yes, I'm trying to point out that iniquitous decrees. Remember, we talked about that when you say these babies must die. These babies are destined to die. These ones are saved to be saved. What we're saying is never murder any baby, never kill any baby. Do you think you should like when is it okay to kill a baby in the womb?
So you're wanting
Right,
to
and that's good.
prosecute
That's good. So like even in the case of rape or incest or life of the mother,
If a woman, I want equal justice.
think about that. I mean that's a lot to say, but
I want equal justice. That's the answer. I want equal justice and equal.
so like say a woman is raped, she has a baby, it has intercourse not by her consent. You know what rape is, right? Sorry if it's kind of a hard topic, but it's a violent action against another person. Just like abortion is a violent action against a person that's killing that baby. So, but the pro-life movement would say we need to make exceptions for rape because that mother's we want her. She's a victim, and granted she's a victim of rape. But when she murders a baby in abortion because of that rape, now she's done two, and she has two crimes. There are two crimes there. One is the rape, and that's hard on her. Now she has an abortion on her conscience, right? So do you think it's okay for the woman to commit an abortion if she's been raped? Okay, that's good. What about incest? Like, a brother rapes her sister, or has even consensual sex, or a father has sex with her daughter, or whatever. That's incest within the family, which it's illegal by law, but it's a thing. It happens. So, you gotta take off. My name's John, by the way. What's your name? Chris. Yeah, thanks for engaging. I know there's a lot of hard stuff to think about, but it's important. So if you believe abortion is always murder, leave the pro-life movement now. Yeah, right.
She'll be charged with murder. Is that not inconsistent?
Oh yeah, they're right over here.
Why are you running, sir?
No, on the other side there. Yeah, there's some blue rooms over there.